Some people think that there is no evidence for God, and this is false. There is evidence for God.
Well, technically we say there is insufficient evidence to support the claim that a God exists, meaning that anything that has thus far been presented can be demonstrated to either be a naturalistic event that's been misinterpreted or not to be evidence at all. Like argumentation, for example. A valid argument for a God does not entail that it exists in reality. You would have to demonstrate that first.
And we know that to be the case, and I'm going to show you why.
You know it to be the case? You mean your position is not predicated on faith? Interesting. Okay then, Matt. Well, please demonstrate for all of us how you know your God exists.
Because time, space, and matter exists.
True, but the mere existence of space-time and matter, or what we call the universe, does not logically entail that your God exists.
Time, space, and matter either A, popped into existence uncaused from nothing via a magic act.
Well, we know that's not the case, and that's why nobody claims that. We don't claim this because we know that something coming from a state of nothingness or non-existence entails a logical contradiction. So what do you think are the other options, Matt?
Or it was created.
We have plenty of evidence that supports the conclusion that the observable universe that we exist in is a result of naturally occurring unguided processes. We also know that there is approximately zero evidence that concludes or even implies that the universe was a result of guided intentionality. So by deliberately ignoring the evidence that exists, Matt, what you've presented is just a false dichotomy.
Either somebody created something out of nothing.
But isn't that what you believe, Matt? That your God created everything out of the nothingness around it? If that's not what you believe, Matt, then you would then have to demonstrate what material your God created the universe out of, or you'd have to demonstrate how you know that your God created everything out of itself somehow. Either way, Matt, as the claimant, the burden of proof is still on you.
Or nobody created something out of nothing.
Well, there certainly was nobody there, but like I said before, we're the result of unguided natural process. You refusing to accept that, Matt, is just willful ignorance and intellectual dishonesty.
Either the universe created itself, or somebody created the universe.
Again, false dichotomy.
And saying that the universe could create itself, or that time, space, and nature could come into existence on its own, with no cause outside of it, that is a literal magic act.
That's just an argument from incredulity. However, it is you, Matt, that appeals to God magic when you explain creationism to your followers. So when you try to demean science as appealing to magic, you're literally stating that your own claim is equally as meritless. As usual, your incredulity and your ignorance have caused you to rat yourself out by trying to drag science down to your level.
Atheism is based on magic. It is based on mysticism and sorcery.
No, we don't believe in any of that because there is no evidence to support that they are real, and because any attempts to legitimately demonstrate them have all failed. But you seem to forget again, Matt, that magic, mysticism, and sorcery are all a part of your worldview. The Bible is rife with them. So please, for the audience, Matt, explain how you think that you can debunk atheism and naturalism by appealing to things that you believe and accept that they don't.
It's a false religion.
Religion is defined as the belief in and worship of a superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. The definition also includes systems of faith. The atheist worldview contains no gods, no supreme powers, no worship, it rejects faith systems, demands skepticism, and acknowledges the existence of evidence. Atheism isn't a religion, it's a conclusion that you arrive at after a critical examination of the God claim. So Matt claiming atheism is a religion is just a lie, something that he does more often than I think his followers should be comfortable with.
It's literally the belief that the universe could have created itself from nothing with no cause associated with it, with no God.
Aside from the no God part right there at the end, Matt, everything you just said there was wrong. But at this point, we're all pretty much used to your complete misrepresentation of atheism. We understand that it is far easier for you to debunk a lie that you've created yourself than to actually engage with reality.
Okay, you have to understand, when you're dealing with an atheist,
interesting. I had no idea there were special rules for dealing with atheists.
you are literally dealing with someone who, whether they know it or not, believes in magic.
For any of Matt's followers who may come across this video, as an atheist, I assure you we don't. But you also have to remember that Matt does believe that magic is a thing, so he's just demonstrating once again a weakness in his worldview.
Believes that poof, out of nothing, Everything was produced by nothing.
Nope, that's been debunked time and time again. No one believes that, and no one claims that. And if you'll notice, Matt is always making this claim, but he never cites a source. I wonder why that is.
This is why creation science is so powerful, and this is why evolution is so false.
Creationism is pseudoscience and is rejected by anyone with a modicum of education. And evolution is absolutely true. Matt still hasn't figured out that his God concept and evolution and abiogenesis are not mutually exclusive concepts.
Because of the fundamentals of thermodynamics, the fundamentals of biology, the fundamentals of science itself.
No, Matt, the fact that the fundamentals of science are a particular way is not evidence of a God. In fact, it doesn't even imply that a God exists. Once again, Matt, this is nothing more than an argument from incredulity.
Science demonstrates the existence of God.
That's a positive claim there, Matt. Got any evidence to back it up? Nah, I'll save you the time. It doesn't. At least not actual science, which is decidedly not what you and crony Hovind were doing in the dark recesses of his compound.
And anybody who believes that there is no God or they lack belief in God, they have bought into a lie and they have bought into superstition.
Matt's just denying reality at this point. If naturalism was a lie, then the evidence wouldn't point in that direction. And superstition, by definition, is the excessively credulous belief in and reverence for supernatural beings. It's also defined as a widely held but unjustified belief in supernatural causation leading to particular consequences of an action or event, which is literally what you, Matt, and every other Christian on earth believes. We are atheists because we don't believe what you believe, Matt. Throughout this whole video, you've presented no evidence and no sound argumentation, and in your religious fanatical ignorance, you've demonstrated the failings of your own worldview by dishonestly attempting to attribute them to atheists. Fortunately for us, we follow the evidence, and even though you've wisely departed from Hovind's anti-reality compound, the evidence still suggests that you are just another lying con man attempting to prey upon the ignorance of others in an attempt to dupe them into joining your proxy cannibalistic corpse-worshipping blood magic ritual death cult. I do, however, have to express my gratitude for Matt, because Matt, unlike some other apologists, makes his claims so incredibly easy to debunk. Be safe, be excellent to each other. I'll see you next time.